Hey y'all, it's Taylor, and WWDC wrapped up this week with exciting new updates to the Apple lineup. New releases for macOS, iOS, and Apple is calling all these releases 26. So the versions are consistent across the stack now. You can learn more at apple.com/OS, where they have all information about all their OSs: iOS, macOS, iPadOS, watchOS, and visionOS. And along with that, they've completely redesigned the UI to give it a more glassy feel, and they called it Liquid Glass. I'm really excited to show you guys some of this because I installed the new iOS 26 on my phone. Disclaimer, this is beta software, so I do not recommend you install this on a phone that you rely on because it is beta software, it is gonna be buggy, there is gonna be potentially breaking changes, but I want to talk to you guys about what I like about the new OS and what I don't like about it, so let's go ahead and check it out. First and foremost, let's talk about the new UI Liquid Glass. Apple has gone with a glassy look, which I really like because I'm a big fan of Windows Vista, Windows 7, and also macOS Aqua and the skeuomorphism design on iOS. I think those interfaces looked great, and it seems like we are coming back to a little bit of that here in iOS 26. Got the lock screen with the long time. That looks really good, and it kind of conforms to your wallpaper. You can, of course, turn this off and make it come to the foreground as well. And the notifications on the lock screen are also very glassy. You can see the wallpaper clearly behind it, very transparent notifications with that glass look. Apple is also improving their Apple Intelligence with more live translations inside messaging and also in music, so you can live transcode your music that you're listening to. Also in music is a cool audio mix where Apple Music will try to be like a DJ, and it will seamlessly transition songs in a way that makes sense, like you would actually hear if you were listening to a DJ. I've tested this with things like pop, like Lady Gaga, and I've tested it with some techno, and it works really well in those situations. I've also tested it with some metal, like A Day to Remember. I tested their new album, and that did not transition as well as I thought it would. It just kind of sounded like the tracks were starting one after the other, like normal. But the audio mixing in certain genres does work pretty well, I will say. There's also a lot of useful updates made to the phone app. There is call screening so that you can screen unknown callers, and you can also organize spam better in a new subfolder within the phone menu. There is also hold wait assist, which is really nice to see. That'll be handy if you're on long hold waiting times. And as far as messages go, there are some updates there. One of the biggest ones is the new backgrounds in messages. Personally, I don't think I would ever use this, but I guess it's cool to see. You can change between a lot of built-in images that Apple has, and they do look pretty nice. Currently in the beta, they are a little buggy and they take a little while to load, but in the final release, that's gonna be all sorted out. I think one really cool thing though is polls in group chats. That's gonna be really fun, making polls for all your friends in your group chats. That's a really cool addition, I like that. Maps has got some new updates as well, where Maps understands your routes better. Before, it would know like where you're going when you traditionally go, like going to the grocery store, going to the gym. It would pick up on those trends, but now it will tell you if there are things that you need to be aware of well before you go on your routine, which is really nice to see. It's a little bit more intelligent as to what it thinks you're doing or what your routines are, so that'll be cool to see. There's also a visited places areas in the map, so you can better track like your travels, which I really appreciate because I've been traveling more, and that would be a really cool tool to document every place that I visited. There's also a new games app, which kind of seems like just a better game center app. It's a place where you can see all the games that you've purchased in the App Store, not necessarily all the ones that you have installed on your phone, but what you've purchased so that if you want to re-download or open them right then and there, you can. And it's a place where you can see all your achievements and what your friends are playing as well. So it just kind of seems like a better game center. One improvement with the UI that I found really helpful was the submenus when you click on text. So if you highlight text, you usually get the copy, paste, etc. menu bar. And in the old iOS, you hit the arrow and it would just kind of slide all over the place. And this one, it actually opens like a context menu like you would see in a traditional operating system so that you can better pick what you want to do in a list view. And one of those options is translating words in your Notes app. I didn't see that in the old iOS version, but in this new iOS version, you can translate certain words or phrases in the Notes app, which is really cool to see. They've also given Apple CarPlay a new look. It has the same liquid glass look that's on iOS. And it also has like this new third menu on the very left where there was a clock and some widgets. And then on the home screen, it will also have live activities, like if you are booking a flight and you can see like when it's departing, when it's arriving. So that's pretty cool to see as well. And this is one of the features that actually is working in iOS beta right now. So you can check out CarPlay if you download the beta. And one of the features that is listed in the footnotes that I'm really excited about is being able to remotely take photos on your iPhone using your AirPods Pro by just clicking the bud, the left or right bud, you can take a photo. This doesn't seem like it made it in this beta, but it might make it to a future version of the beta. But this will be super helpful for me because I am always remote taking photos with my iPhone for like thumbnails or whatever I'm doing. So that'll be really cool to see. And last but not least, iOS 26 fixed the Photos app, so now your library and gallery of photos is on the left, and on the right is your curated photos, including favorites front and center. That is very nice to see, much better organization here in iOS 26. And that's iOS 26. What do y'all think of the new updates? Have you downloaded and checked it out? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you have any questions, let me know and I will try to get them answered as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.